Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Yeah, well, I'm trying it without the light right there for now. Okay, current blood sugar, we're down to 6.8 and we're dropping. Up and then down. It's been pretty good. New sensor, so it will only calibrate sometimes. It snaps in right after. Other times I have to go through the whole day of waiting. Oh my God. Time in range. I tricked you. 100%. 100% time in range. I've talked about celebrating before. This is a time to celebrate. 100%. For me, that's wonderful. Average sugar is 7.3. My diabetes team would be happy with this. I like this a little bit lower, but they're going, don't forget. Today, I want to talk to you about too much information. I know, right? Let's go. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. You know, with all these bits and bobs you can see on your computer and everything, there is a lot of information given. Some of it, you may look at it and go, I don't know. The computer program that goes with this, when you open it up, there's graphs all over the place, and you're just kind of sitting there going, oh my God, what has I got myself into? And I was exactly like that. I go to either my diabetic educator or to my endocrinologist, and we would take a look at my reports, and I'd sit there and go, I was doing everything. It was just, I didn't understand what it was actually saying. I know, right? And it wasn't till the end of last year that I found information on the internet, written by Medtronic on how to read the reports. And it's like, poof. I still have a little trouble now and again. Took me for a while to learn that hemoglobin A1C is really gone through the wayside. It's still used to diagnose people, but it's no longer really to determine how much care you're giving yourself. So time and range is the new buzzword. Keeping your time in range allows a better understanding of your diabetes. But again, you're going, oh my God, there's so many damn terms. How am I ever going to learn? Oh no. Well, do it slowly. Now, there was, in one of the controlled day videos I did, I said, if you're having little problem doing what you need to learn how to understand your reports and all that, learn a little bit each day, and eventually everything will come into play, and it's your eyes are wide open. I think a lot of diabetic classes are trying to cram so much in that they don't spend a lot of time on the necessities of understanding the report. There is many different pumps too, and each report can be different. But it's like, boom. If you're interested in learning what's important about your report, on the site Taking Care of Your Diabetes, or TCOYD. I always want to put an extra B in there, but TCOYD has a section that talks about what information you can take and what your endocrinologist is actually looking for. Now, I know what I'm pinpointing so much more than I did before. I looked at that for years and said, that's a bunch of, I don't know what that is. I can't understand it. So I'd let them talk about it, and then she'd say, well, what about doing this? And I would say, yes. And then they go, do you have any questions? I didn't go up and say, yeah, I have a question. How do you do this and this? You don't. You learn by little chunks. Each time you go see your endocrinologist or your diabetes educator, ask about a different section. We do know by taking a look, let's get back to by my section, we do know about time and range now. That's part of the information. But this is what I go over with you each and every day so that you can see personally how I'm doing. You will see crappy days. You will see when my time and range sucks. I think we just recently had like a 48% time and range to now when it's 100. Diabetes is best described as a journey. And I, for a while there, was taking out books on diabetes care way over my level. And I would go and cross-eyed. And the only problem is when I ended up going for my treatments or for my education sessions, it was so far out of date. That's the problem sometimes with the library. And a lot of people feel, oh my God, and they're overwhelmed. Break it down into digestible chunks, nice and easy. I had a story and it disappeared. It'll come back. Don't be afraid to ask questions, even though you feel, well, I should know that already. No one's going to laugh at you saying, well, that's a stupid question. If you're in a class setting, sometimes they do a class about diabetes and that. Question that you ask that you may feel stupid, another person may gain knowledge from. So just ask away. The only way we can expect you to succeed on your road to excellence in diabetes care is with knowledge. You have to know where you're going and where you're going to excel at. Now, we all have parts of diabetes care which we all exceed at, and then there's people who don't necessarily have the ability to succeed on some areas. Right now, I don't take care of my feet. Well, I'd like to. I can't see the bottoms, and I have lost sensation in it due to neuropathy. So every so often, they will check my feet here. It's important, even if you get a mirror and you sit in a chair in front of like a full face mirror and look at the bottom of your feet and see, are you developing any ulcers? Do you have a callus? I had a huge callus on the outside of my foot for years. It's now pretty well disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. Well, I kind of know what happened to it. I've been off of it. But if I was still walking, there would be an issue. Being aware of what information is available to you is part of the key. Doesn't mean you have to go out every second and find out about that particular item and learn everything all at once. Before you learned to read, you had to learn the alphabet. You had to learn how to write. There's so much information about diabetes. Some that may be important to you because you find, for whatever reason, you were faltering with your diabetes on that particular point. Keep it up. Find out about that information. What you're using, your phone, you can look up so much more information about your diabetes than anything we used to do. So don't be worried about asking questions. Sit at home in your own comfort and look up things. If your doctor tells you your GFR is out of whack, that's something you may want to look at and just understand. For me, the one area that really kind of still goes crazy in my mind is the glycemic index. I don't really understand it. I should read about it, should understand. I have a carb counting book. I should start utilizing it. Just remember, When you're brand new and just learning all about your diabetes, it does seem overwhelming. Relax. Break it down, learn about certain things, and then they all sort of come together and you will become comfortable. You may even strive for more information. And the best way is to pass on the information. Once you feel comfortable and to be checked by your doctor that you have an understanding, then if you go to a support group or anywhere and someone asks you about diabetes, you can come up with a suitable answer. And with that, I hope you have a great day. And remember, you can learn. Don't sit there, be a victim and say, oh, there's too much to learn. I'll never get it. You're worth getting good control and feeling the best you can. With that, good day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.